So I recently rewatched The Familiar Zero, and it is not as good as you remember. Because I remember watching this when I was younger, and I actually really enjoyed this series, but on a rewatch, it is not that good. And the only reason why I rewatched it is one, because I own it on Blu-ray. I got this a while, like during the Sentai sale, and I can't lie, I want my time back that I wasted watching those 50 episodes, because it's 49 episodes and one OVA, 4 seasons, and it was a waste. I noticed so many things that were bad with this anime. I know a lot of people really like this anime because they grew up watching it, and they also like Louise because mainly because she's a tsundere, and you know people like tsunderes in anime, and like she's one of the earlier ones, like give or take in the early 2000s. But at the same time, she's hella annoying. I don't care what nobody says. She's so damn annoying to the T. Like, it's so damn annoying. Also, on a side note, why is it that only one season got a dub? That was kind of funny. It's kind of hilarious that only one season got a dub, then the rest is all in sub. I just, like, if you're going to watch it, because I remember, like, putting it in and it was, like, in dub, and then next thing you know, all their other seasons were all in sub, and I was like, wow. I was like, damn, they could have not just done it all, but, you know, they don't. But, yeah. But Louise is horrible. Everything about Louise is annoying. Every other girl in this anime is way better. And they have way more interesting things to the story than Louise just being a tsundere and her just being annoying. And then her and Saito's relationship is so damn toxic. It's up there as one of the most toxic relationships in all of anime, mainly because so she summons this man and continues to call him a dog throughout the whole anime while beating on him. And the other thing is, on Saito's side, this man will tell her, he'd be like, yo, I'm in love with you, and he's like, you're the only girl for me, and then 5 minutes later he's, you know, laying on another girl or touching a girl on their upper body, some type of thing like that. And it's just like, dog, like, we're supposed to take this serious? You think their quote-unquote marriage is really gonna last when he's just gonna fawn over another girl because he always does? I'm like, that marriage is not gonna last at all. I said, and the other thing is, the Louise begins so mad at this man, and they're not even in a relationship. They just have a master servant relationship. There ain't no like actual like, yo, I want to go out with you type of thing, boyfriend girlfriend relationship, because she'll deny it anytime somebody be like, oh, Saito's your boyfriend. She will deny that shit. So it's just like, yeah, she be getting mad for no reason. So it's like, Saito can talk to other women. They never established that they're a thing besides a master and a servant, because one, he was summoned to this world. So it's just like, yeah. And also, this is an early quote unquote isekai, because we'd call that it now. And the other thing about this anime that I just don't really like is that it's way too many genres. Yes, I know a lot of anime, they usually do a lot of different genres in here. It's just this one, they try to do way too much. If this was just a drama anime, it would be a phenomenal anime. But having the magical school aspect, the fantasy aspect, isekai aspect, the harem aspect, kind of just ruins this. Because it should have just been a drama harem. Because when there's drama in this anime, it's peak. Because, bro, when the princess goes through that mirror and goes to Saito and kisses him, and she's talking about, here, I'll be a side piece to you, I was like, wow, that would actually be really interesting just for Louise to see. And then Louise boards up the exit, when I'm like, they could have actually went somewhere with that and made her a side piece. Just like, if they were actually trying to do drama, they could have done it, but then they switched to fantasy and all this other stuff. Yeah, I just felt like it was doing way too much, and it should have just stayed in the realm of, it could have been just, all this could have just been set in a fantasy world, but just should have went more on the drama harem side instead of always trying to do all this other stuff. Because the main villain is trash. They built up the main villain for 3 seasons just for him to off himself because he got defeated that fast, and it was like, it was very anticlimactic, especially because, like, you know, he has a connection to Tabitha, and it was just kind of trash. I'm like, dog, why'd you build up this villain for this many seasons just for him to be trash? And then we get to the final season, it's just like some big ass dragon that got awakened or some shit. It was just like, man. I was like, dog, you did not need to build him up, especially because Tabitha has some of the like most in-depth like background to her when it comes to like her backstory, mainly because her dad got killed, and then her mom went crazy because like she was going to get poisoned by this thing, but the mom took it, so the mom turns crazy. And then the trauma she gets from her mom, because like while her mom's crazy, her mom like basically calls her Charlotte, calls her like the little like doll or whatever her name was. I don't think it was Charlotte or something along there, whatever. But yeah, she basically calls the doll Tabitha's name, and then that's what makes Tabitha develop the doll's actual name, Tabitha. And like she kind of has that trauma from her mom like being, you know, crazy at that point and all that, and that kind of just shapes the personality she is now. And how like her uncle would always call her back to do all these like dangerous missions in the hopes that she would die. So there's little things like that where she has a really in-depth backstory and has like a really sad backstory, and then you compare it to some like Louise, who's just a stuck-up noble, And it's just like, yeah, I'm sorry, Tabitha's better. Even Siesta, who's the maid, has a way better backstory than Louise. Every girl in this anime, I'm telling you, has something way better than Louise. Louise just a stuck-up noble girl, and y'all just like her because she's a tsundere. If you look at Siesta, literally her ancestors, she's like related to somebody that was isekai in this world before, and like she's related to somebody that was, and I'm like, why did they not go more in depth with that? And especially we could have found out that Siesta could have actually been like, you know, kind of OP or something. Could have been nice just because like she has her ancestor that was like from Earth. And there could have been a lot of things they could have went in depth with her, but no, they didn't. And also we have the one knight that's connected to the teacher who, you know, the teacher has that backstory where he was sent to this village and he basically burns down the whole village with his squad until he realizes that there was nothing wrong in this village, and then he rescues that one little girl who turns out to be that knight. Like I said, that right there was very interesting plot lines, but I was like, wow, this is actually really good. But then, you know, a few minutes later, you know, Saito and Louise are arguing because, you know, that's what they do in this anime. Every time they show you something interesting, then Saito and Louise get to arguing, and it's just like, you're ruining some of your good aspects you had in this anime by basically showing y'all two main characters. That's the one thing, it's just like, as soon as they show Louise and Saito, that's when I'm just like, nah, I'm good. Because they ruin it, bro. Because they can never have nothing serious in this anime because these two are always going to be arguing, or Saito's going to be looking at some other girl and then Louise gets mad, and just like, yeah, that takes away from all the good aspects of this anime in my opinion. And it just made me like mad that I wasted my time watching it, because there would be so many times it would be something good happening, then these two would come on the screen and I'm just like, like, can you do something else? Like, because like the thing is, they're trying to do like the Rama 1.5 harem route, where, you know, like Rama all the times, even though he argues with Akane, you know, he's still gonna always get with Akane in the end. That's kind of what they're doing in this one. But the difference between this one and that one is like, in Rama 1.5, Ranma, he has all the other love interests, but he doesn't really holler at none of the girls like that. And plus, you know, he gets turned to a girl anyway. But in this one, you know, Saito, he's trying to holler at any and every single girl, even though he quote-unquote claims that he loves Louise, and that just gets annoying after a while. And also, the princess is also very fascinating, mainly because she was in love with her, I guess you could say, cousin. Yeah, she was in love with her cousin. The cousin, you know, gets killed or whatever, and then she starts to use Saito as a rebound, and you see that every once in a while she'll try and have some connection with Saito, and then you see that she's basically lusting over that man. And even when they get to that magical mirror, I just wish they kind of would have explored that, because I feel like that would have been way more interesting than just having this Saito and Louise living at this mansion, and then you have Siesta there too, and then all the other girls eventually come too at times. But yeah, Familiar Zero just wasn't as good as I remember. I mean, I own it on Blu-ray now. I'm not going to get rid of it, but it just wasn't really that good compared to just like when I remember growing up watching this. Yes, there's cool moments, like when Saito fights against some of them people, he does take out a lot of different enemies. Those are some cool moments, but then at the same time, I just feel like it had a lot of disappointing stuff, because every time just Louise and Saito would hop on the screen, they would be so damn annoying because they would just be arguing with each other. And I mean, arguing so damn much. Anytime you want something, anytime anything good was happening in this anime, we would see those two arguing, and it just would ruin it. And even when this man is talking about, oh, I love you, Louise, a few minutes later, he's just going to be with a different girl. And it's like, yeah, I'm sorry, this relationship is very toxic. Louise beats on this man all the damn time, hits him with fucking magic. So it's just like, it's not that good. I'm sorry, it's not that good. Especially in the isekai genre, this is a low tier isekai. This is like in the middle. It's not that good as an isekai. Yes, it's an earlier isekai, but at the same time, it is not that good. It's trying to do way too much. If it just focused on the drama aspect, it would be fire, because sometimes that drama is really peak, especially when it comes to the princess, and the princess is supposed to be best friends with Louise, and she's trying to holler at Louise's man. So like, there's stuff like that where it was really good, but then it shies away when it's trying to focus too much on, you know, Louise and Saito just arguing way too much, and then they try to throw in all these other fantasy aspects, magic and all that. Then the main villain is trash, even though the main villain could have been really interesting. They could have done so much way more with him, but they didn't. It was just kind of trash. You build him up for 3 seasons just for him to be trash, and he offs himself, and it was just like, whatever. But yeah, if you recently watched The Familiar Zero, or if you watched it in the past few years, let me know how you feel about it. If you watched it while you were growing up, let me know in the comments. But also, you need to let me know, have you recently watched it? Because if you just watched it while you were growing up, you probably did not notice some of the things that were bad or annoying about it, because you just probably thought it was just really good because you watched it back then. That's why sometimes it's good to watch something that you watched when you're younger that you can watch when you're older, to see the differences of, like, see if you really like the show or not. Like, that's especially like if you watch cartoons from back in the day, you'll notice like all the adult like jokes and all that, where Just saying, you'll notice different things. And I mean, rewatching, I just noticed how bad Saito and Louise's relationship was, and just how toxic it was, and how annoying that shit was, and how Louise sucks. I'm sorry, Louise is the worst character in this whole show. So many other characters are way more interesting and fascinating. They're not annoying. Louise is just so damn annoying, though. But yeah, let me know how you feel about Familiar Zero. If you haven't watched it, why not check it out? I'm pretty sure you can watch it on High Dive, or you can buy it, or, you know, hop on a pirate ship. You can watch it that way too, though. If you're new, why not subscribe to the video? Why not like? If you didn't, you could dislike, subscribe, really enjoyed. But yeah, this was kind of a waste of a watch. I mean, I own it on Blu-ray. I got it for pretty cheap during the Sentai sale, but at the same time, I'm kind of just like, I want my time back because it was not that good. These two are so damn annoying. I know there's people that love Louise, but at the same time, I'm sorry. She was annoying, and she sucks as a main character. Or she sucks as a character in general, in my opinion, because she was so damn annoying. And their relationship is not even a real damn relationship, because they go like, oh, they go straight to, oh, at the end of the anime, like, that's getting married. And it's like, dog, y'all never was even a boyfriend or girlfriend. Y'all just master servant or whatever. But I digress, though. It was not that good of a rewatch, and I really want my time back, though. But thanks for watching. See you next video. Bye.